Nice.
Now it's coming from.
We gotta kill it. We gotta kill it.
Me again.
You got any nades, John?
Oh,
It's so low. Look at it. Look at it. Let's go, boys.
yes, boy.
Oh my god.
Doors are closing in 5.
ARCRaiders is taking the world by storm right now, and I have to be honest, it is clear to see why. Embark have somehow created a game in the ever so oversaturated market that is extraction shooters that somehow feels like nothing we have ever played before. How have they managed this? I'm not so sure, but I'm here for it. I'm Easy King, and today I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the trial system in ARCRaiders. With the game being out for about a week now, a lot of you will be approaching level 15, which is when you unlock the trials. This weekly leaderboard is one element of ARCRaiders endgame content that encourages and incentivizes both PvP and PvE gameplay outside of tasks and workshop upgrades by offering the opportunity to earn cosmetics and in-game rewards. I'm personally pretty excited for this system, but I know there is some confusion out there around how it exactly works. So let's dive in and break it down. First things first, you find your trials by navigating to your Raider tab and selecting the third icon from the left at the bottom of your screen. It's some sort of weird looking USB icon. This system refreshes weekly, and as you can see, there is the time remaining until refresh in the top right, so we can see that there's 2 days there. Okay, so what exactly are the trials and what do they entail? Essentially, they are objectives provided to every player that offer a unique way to grind skins, valuables and blueprints, whilst also admitting everybody into a competitive ranking system on the global leaderboards. Now, I emphasized blueprints there because, I'm level 19. I've been trying to play as much as I can. Safe to say, I am a fellow Arcoholic, like probably most of you listening to this video. And blueprints do seem hard to come by, particularly them higher end blueprints. I believe that Trials is a in-game mechanism that offers a reliable way to unlock some of those rarer, more endgame blueprints. So the idea here really is that the Trials will form a key part of the endgame content. Now, there are a couple of key points to consider. Let's take the first trial as an example, to damage hornets. Seems simple, right? Deploy into a raid and shoot a few hornets. You do this every single raid anyway. Okay, not so fast. Firstly, you probably want to do these during a major condition raid, as you get double the points. They are possible to complete in a normal raid, but this can be quite tedious as you have to kill double the hornets in this case. What is a major condition raid? Essentially, a major condition raid is just a night raid. So as you see on the right side of the map name, there are sometimes these little icons on down battlegrounds. We've got the prospecting probes actually that is the only one right now that has a minor condition currently. Usually I think there's a couple, but there's just one for the time being. These are minor conditions. They offer dynamic buffs and adjustments per raid based on the condition. So in this case, you see that there's more probes spawning on dam and battlegrounds. So that's good if you have the probe quest. And as you can see on the bottom of some maps, there is the night raid option. Now these are on a timer, so they only come up at certain times. As you can see, Spaceport is currently open. I can deploy in a night raid, and dam battlegrounds and buried city aren't. So we have 30 minutes until Battlegrounds, an hour and 30 till Buried City, and there's 30 minutes left to play a night raid in Spaceport. These night raids are the major conditions. So yeah, back to trials. Unfortunately, if you want to be competitive on your trials, you are going to be relying on your flashlight a fair bit. Just an exciting note as well, as you can see on the right side under Bluegate, we can see another major trial that is brewing. Major condition that is brewing, called Electromagnetic Storm. Now this timer, I think yesterday or the last sort of week, has been saying 8th of November. we are now on obviously the 7th of November at the time of recording this. So there is 11 hours and 30 minutes left until electromagnetic storm release, apparently. And as you can see there's a few active return points, and there are lightning strikes, and you can see in the top right there is 2x the trials points, which is the reason for doing trials objectives in major conditions. So yeah, electromagnetic storm seems like quite an exciting one. So starting from, hopefully when you're viewing this video, you won't have to rely just on night raids in order to get double the trials points. Secondly, in my opinion, a very important point that not a lot of people know about is that points are not cumulative between raids. So if we go back to trials, you do need to hit, say you want to go for the purple, the epic reward on Hornets, you do need to hit that 4,000 point mark within one raid. You cannot do it across raids, which obviously makes it all that more difficult. And also provides another reason to do it at night, because I'm not sure of the exact numbers, but I think in order to hit 4,000 points by damaging Hornets in one raid on a normal raid, I think you have to kill somewhere from 15 to 20 Hornets, which is ridiculous. Obviously on a major map, so a night raid or an electromagnetic raid, it will be half of that, so anywhere from maybe 7 to 10 Hornets. A lot more obviously realistic. Something else to be aware of, which is a good quality of life feature, the trial system does seem to be shared across your party. So say you deploy it as a free and your buddy searches a first wave husk, for example, you will also get the points for that, and it doesn't split. So if the searches were 400 points, you will both get 400 points. It won't split in half, you will both get 400 points. So pretty handy, pretty good to know. It is worth doing most of these trials in a group. Now, there is an anomaly to this. There is an exception with the ticks. Strangely, ticks and only ticks seem to be entirely personal. So if someone in your party kills a tick, you do not get the points for that. These are individual per person, whether you're in a party or not. It's not entirely clear at this point whether that is an intentional mechanism deployed by Embark. So keep an eye on future patches for any details there. Maybe they will fix it if it is an issue, but that isn't clear at this point in time. It could be intentional. Now for me, the most exciting part of the trials is the leaderboard. This is where you can see who is going to get promoted and who's going to get double promoted, who is going to get singularly promoted, and who is going to stay the same or maybe even get demoted. Now, I'm only in Rookie 1 because this is my first week of playing, so I didn't play the previous trial release. So there's no demotion section in my leaderboard. And I suspect that's because I'm Rookie 1. And you can't, unfortunately, go lower than that. I would imagine, and maybe if anyone is a higher rank than me in the comments you can confirm on this, I'd imagine at any rank above Rookie 1 there would be a section for demotion. If I had to guess, it might be the bottom 10, maybe the bottom 20, not entirely sure. So what we've got here, as you can see, I'm in position 66 on 3,259 points. So as you can see, the top 30 players who are all in green, they are set for a double promotion. So the 2 arrows there under change. Then from 31 to 60, they are set for a single promotion, so just a standard promotion. And then beneath that, we are unchanged. So as you can see, I fall unfortunately just outside of the promotion range. I've not played for the last couple of days, so I aim to remedy that tonight and get that sorted. So to summarize, the leaderboard system seems to reward the most capable. This is already nurturing a competitive environment and offers an additional method to showcase yourself as a cut above the rest. A smart move from Embark, if you ask me, and a way to keep players engaged when they have already completed their workshop upgrades and their quests, etc, etc. As you can see, my points for damaging ground-based Arc enemies is not very high. I think I killed 8 or so in my last raid. Maybe I'm exaggerating slightly. A lot of them were small enemies though, ticks, fireballs, pops. So from my anecdotal experience, you don't seem to get a abundance of points for killing these smaller ground Arc enemies. With that in mind, the obvious suggestion seems to be that you need to be targeting the bigger ground enemies if you want to be competitive in trials. So yes, that does unfortunately mean going after bastions, leapers, and the like. So just a tip from me, might be a good idea to carry some wolf packs in your back pocket. Also, just to state the obvious here, you do only need to damage these ground-based arc enemies. You don't actually have to kill them. So if you do see another team taking on a queen or a bastion or even a leaper, might be not a bad idea to just pop a few shots in that direction. You'll be helping them kill their arc. You'll also be getting points for your trials. It's a win-win, you know, and that might encourage some friendly group-on-group teaming up, which I don't think is against TOS, but maybe confirm that before you group in a team of 6 or 9. Now, when it comes to Hornets, there are a few good tips to know with regards to taking them down for the trials. Typically, in most cases, you want to be very precise in your shooting and target the two of the rotor blades on the Hornet to cause it to crash to the ground and explode. But with trials in mind, this won't give you too many damage points. So you're actually going to be better off if you shoot out each and every armor section of the Hornet and purposely avoid the rotors. You'll be keeping the Hornet alive for longer, but you will be getting more damage against the Hornet in the process. This will of course be more dangerous, so do keep an eye out for any ill-intentioned raiders that are lurking in the vicinity, and it will also take more ammo. But as a trade-off, you will get more points per Hornet kill. So in the grand scheme of things, you will be more efficient throughout your raid. Another tip for killing Hornets as well is that snitches are your best friend. If you do purposely let them spot you, they are likely to call in, I think, 2 Hornets right in front of you, maybe sometimes a Wasp, but I do think the Hornet call-in is quite frequent. So yeah, if you do see a snitch and you are safe, let them spot you and they will place 2 Hornets in front of you. Very kind of them. Now, when it comes to first wave husks, the best map for this is down battlegrounds, specifically the south and southwest and also west side a little bit. It is littered with husks. I will get into the lore in another video, but essentially down battleground is where the first wave took place, so that is the reason for all the first wave husks. There's Baron husks, Rocketeer husks and Hornet husks everywhere, so get breaching. As far as I'm aware, the points for Hornet husk, Baron husk or Rocketeer husk are the same. I haven't seen a discrepancy between those points. You would think you'd get more for the bigger husk, but I don't think you do. So yeah, just a tip there. You've not got to prioritize necessarily the bigger husks over the Hornets. When it comes to supply drops, you will almost definitely want to do these at night, as there do not seem to be an abundance of these antennas on each and every map. I think the most I've seen on one map is 3, maybe 4. There could be more hidden about that I've just not stumbled across yet. So if you do know of a map that's got 3, 4 or more supply drop antennas, do let us know below. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's 3 or 4. So I think you'll be best off doing this at night, as you'll get double the points. And I would imagine you need all 3 or all 4 on a night raid to hit that 4,000 mark to get the epic box. Now, ticks, fireballs and pops, when you're playing, generally you seem to be finding them everywhere and they are very annoying. However, when you want to find them, they seem to do a very good job at hiding from you. So they can be a little bit frustrating. For me, the best map is Buried City, as it has a lot of obviously indoor areas. But I do believe it's also possible to complete this on Spaceport or on Blue Gate in the underground section, as they spawn quite a number of ticks, fireballs and pops. I think in daytime you have to a bit more than Hornets. You have to get around 20 to get that 4,000 point mark. So your best bet again is going into a night raid, and I think you can probably get away with killing 10 of them. You can track your trials progress when you're in raid, so you know, get to 8, 9, you see where you are, how far along you are, and if you've got the time, you know, you can squeeze a few more if that gets you over the 4,000 point line. And finally, for ground-based arcs, you probably want to get a group together and go and take out a few Leapers and Bastions, as mentioned earlier. Yeah, a key tip here, really, them Wolfpack grenades will be invaluable in terms of taking these bigger enemies down, as their armor is pretty insane, and Wolfpacks are an easy way to take a lot of that armor off. You also probably want to be using a gun with heavy ammo, as that has the most penetration. Okay, I think that is all for now. If you made it this far in the video, you are an absolute legend. If you could be so kind to drop me a like and hit that subscribe button, I would be eternally grateful. I do need to keep my dog fed, and he eats a lot, so his food bill is through the roof at the minute. All help is greatly appreciated. Stay safe out there on Topside, and I will see you around.